Welcome back. I'm joined by Championship correspondent Pascal Lemaire to preview Wednesday's clash between Nottingham Forest and Wigan. Pascal, let's start with a home side. Perfect start for Dougie Freedman.
Really was. Obviously going to Brighton, it's not the easiest game. Brighton are out of form. They're one of the sides, down in the bottom five there. But to win 3-2 at the Amex, very impressive. And obviously, a perfect start for Freedman. Obviously, people talking about, Pearce, it probably was right for him to go. He'd had a terrible run of form in the last 3 months. And Freedman's come in straight away, got a win. It was a decent result for them. Obviously, they were 3-1 up. And then they obviously conceded the goal in the 90th minute, and then it looked like they were going to, concede, lose the 3 points in the end. But Jamal Lascelles with an amazing goal line clearance. It really was in stoppage time to preserve the win. Sorry, fantastic. And obviously Ben Osborne, the local lad, he scored the winner in the East Midlands derby against Derby earlier this month, and he's come into the side. He's looking really good. 2 assists and a goal in that game. He's been fantastic. But Forest, they're still in the top half, 12th place, but they're 13 points off the playoffs. Like the top 8 are pulled away, and they're 10 points off the drop zone. So Freedman needs to continue this form, because if they sort of go back to where they were with all the defeats they had, they could be dragged down into. I don't expect them to be anywhere near it. They're going to finish in the mid-table this season, but their playoff chances are over. And Freedman, it's just now about consolidating. And if he can really impress, in the remainder of the season, maybe get them into the top 10, then he'll probably be given the job on a full-time basis in the summer.
Moving on to Wigan, can't seem to buy a win at the minute.
They can't. Now 2 wins in 25 games since August. They're just doing terribly. Obviously, welcoming Bournemouth at the weekend. Never going to be an easy game, but you thought they might build on last week, because they got a decent point at Ipswich. They held Ipswich to a 0-0 draw at Portman Road, but they lost 3-1 to Bournemouth. But they actually played quite well in that game. They got off to a fantastic start. They were all over Bournemouth in the first 10 minutes, but they just couldn't quite score the goal, which might have changed the game in their favour. But in the end, they fell 1-0 behind. They were unlucky there. It was clearly offside. When Morgan flicked it through to Callum Wilson, he was definitely offside. Mackay, after the game, he said that decision, it just didn't help their chances. And when you're down there, you don't get those things going for you. It should have been offside, but I think, in the rest of the game, Bournemouth did dominate. Wigan, they couldn't really do too much the rest of the game. Obviously, they did manage to get a goal, but Bournemouth, quite comfortable 3-1 winners. Obviously, Bournemouth, they are the league leaders. It was always going to be a tough game for Wigan, but they're still there in 23rd, and everyone else around them lost on Saturday, so it was a missed opportunity for them to maybe even just get a point. But, they're 7 off safety now. Everyone else, like I said, lost, and I talk about things not going for them with the offside decision, but injuries as well have hit them hard this season. They've lost a lot of key players in the transfer window. You've got Maloney, McManaman, Watson all leaving the club, and now Hughes, the young midfielder who was really good at Birmingham on loan from Man City last season, he's at Wigan this season, and he's now out for the whole season, I think. So to lose him as well is a massive blow, because he'd started a few games in a row. He just got into the side and started to look good. So losing him as well, really tough on Wigan, who still right down there.
Do you back Wigan to win the league at the start of the season? That's not going to happen. You're backing them to win this game?
I'm not, no. Forest, they've got a bad record against Wigan recently. They haven't beaten them in 5 games, but I think Freedman's first home game, I think that's a big thing, because he's got that win, and it was a tough game at Brighton to go there and get the win. And now he's got his first home game against one of the teams right at the bottom. I'm backing them to win 3-1.
Sports will go for a 3-1 Forest win.